A sudden urge to reorganize your entire professional strategy might clash with a colleague's rigid and unyielding demands. This friction creates a palpable sense of urgency that demands immediate attention before any progress can be made. The moon moves through Virgo while forming a precise alignment with the heavy cluster of planets in Capricorn. On this day, Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, the triple conjunction of the Sun, Venus, and Mars creates an intense concentration of energy in the sign of the Goat. This configuration demands absolute precision and a disciplined approach to every single interaction or financial transaction. Madame Zodiac observes these celestial movements with a keen eye for the structural shifts they represent. While some will find the strength to build lasting foundations, others may feel crushed by the weight of their own expectations. The path through this rigorous terrain depends entirely on how each individual navigates the specific houses activated by this mountain of planetary power. My dear Aries, you are feeling the heat of a cosmic forge today. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, places you at the center of a very demanding professional whirlwind. You might feel like a marathon runner who has been asked to solve a complex puzzle while sprinting. Your ruler, Mars, is currently stationed at 17 degrees 40 minutes in the sign of Capricorn. This position in your sixth house of organization means your physical energy is being funneled into very concrete structural tasks. Mars is conjunct the Sun and Venus, creating a powerhouse of ambition that is hard to ignore. You aren't just working, you are building a legacy, one spreadsheet or brick at a time. The degree of this transit suggests a peak in your productivity, provided you don't burn out by noon. The moon crosses your house 6, the one of daily routines and health, adding a layer of meticulousness to your fire. This lunar influence in Virgo demands that you pay attention to the smallest details that you usually skip. It is a perfect time to reorganize your workspace or finally tackle that pile of filing. Try not to be too hard on yourself if your desk isn't laboratory clean by sunset. A practical tip would be to drink more water than coffee, even if the caffeine feels like rocket fuel. The Sun's conjunction with Mars gives you an incredible boost of authority. You might find yourself leading a meeting or taking charge of a project without even realizing you've stepped up. Venus being in the mix softens your edges, making your leadership style more attractive to others. This day will be particularly favorable for negotiating better terms in your workplace. It is also an ideal moment for starting a new fitness regime that requires discipline and long-term commitment. Daily advice: focus on the micro steps rather than the mountain peak to avoid feeling overwhelmed by the sheer scale of your ambitions. Remember that even a Titan needs a lunch break to stay effective. Trust your instincts when it comes to delegating tasks that no longer serve your primary goals. For a deeper understanding, consider checking your rising sign and Venus sign as well. To stay connected to your daily horoscope, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell. My sweet Taurus, the stars are singing a song of structured romance and creative discipline for you. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, invites you to bring some of your famous persistence into the realm of the heart. Your ruler, Venus, is currently located at 17 degrees 23 minutes in the ambitious sign of Capricorn. This placement in your fifth house of amour and creativity suggests that you are looking for something more substantial than a fleeting flirtation. You are in the mood to build something beautiful that actually lasts, much like a master gardener planning a winter landscape. The conjunction of Venus with the Sun and Mars provides you with the charm and the drive to pursue what you desire most. You might find that your creative projects are taking on a more professional or serious tone. The moon crosses your house 5, the one of pleasure and self-expression, which is currently in the sign of Virgo. This makes you quite discerning about who you spend your quality time with today. You might find yourself critiquing your own art or your partner's choice of movie with a bit more intensity than usual. Try to remember that perfection is the enemy of the good, especially in matters of the heart. A practical tip is to engage in a creative hobby that requires manual dexterity, like pottery or sketching. The Sun's influence here highlights your need for recognition in your personal life. You want to be seen for your talents and your loyalty. Mars gives you the courage to make the first move if you have been waiting for a sign. This day will be particularly favorable for deep conversations about future plans with a romantic interest. It is also an ideal moment for presenting a creative project to someone who can help you elevate it. Celestial recommendation: allow yourself to be vulnerable even while you are being practical, as the strongest structures always have a little bit of flexibility. Your patience rivals that of a mountain, but even mountains enjoy the warmth of the sun. Keep your heart open to the unexpected beauty found in small, everyday gestures. To gain a more complete picture, the rising sign and Venus sign can add useful context. If you want to keep receiving your daily horoscope, subscribing and hitting the bell really helps.
My lovely Geminis, the focus today shifts from the external world to the very foundation of your life. This Wednesday, January 7, 2026, finds you contemplating the structural integrity of your home and family ties. Your ruler, Mercury, is moving through the Sirius sign of Capricorn at 8 degrees 41 minutes. This placement in your fourth house of family means your thoughts are turning toward long-term security and ancestral roots. You might find yourself having serious discussions about property, renovations, or family traditions. Mercury in this position isn't interested in small talk. It wants to discuss the blueprints of your life. The moon crosses your house 4, the one of domesticity, while transiting through Virgo. This creates a strong urge to clean, organize, and perfect your living environment. You might find that you are more sensitive to clutter or chaos in your personal space than usual. It is a wonderful day to clear out the attic or reorganize your digital photo albums. Be careful not to let your desire for order turn into nagging toward those you live with. A practical tip is to create a Zen corner in your home where no electronics or stress are allowed. The triple conjunction in Capricorn is highlighting your need for a stable base from which to launch your ideas. With Saturn sextile Uranus, you are finding ways to bring tradition and innovation together in your domestic life. This day will be particularly favorable for signing contracts related to housing or making important family decisions. It is also an ideal moment for reconnecting with an older relative who has wisdom to share. Daily advice: use your gift of communication to bridge gaps between family members rather than pointing out their tactical errors. Even your morning coffee can feel the weight of these domestic responsibilities, so take it slow. Your mind is a whirlwind, but your home should be an anchor. For extra insight, take a moment to look at your rising sign and your Venus sign. Never miss your daily horoscope again. Subscribe, like, and activate the bell.
My cherished Cancers, your world is expanding through the power of precise communication and local connections. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, encourages you to speak your truth with both clarity and kindness. Your ruler, the moon, is currently in the analytical sign of Virgo at 10 degrees 37 minutes. This transit through your third house of entourage and communication makes you incredibly sharp and observant of your surroundings. You are noticing the subtext in every conversation and the hidden patterns in your daily commute. The moon in Virgo helps you filter out the noise and focus on the information that actually matters. The moon crosses your house 3, the one of siblings and short trips, bringing a busy energy to your day. You might find your phone buzzing with messages that require quick, logical responses. It is a great day for writing, teaching, or learning a new technical skill. Try to avoid getting lost in the paralysis of analysis when making simple choices. A practical tip is to double-check your emails before hitting send, as Mercury in Capricorn is demanding professionalism. With Jupiter retrograde in your sign at 20 degrees 29 minutes, you are also reflecting on your personal growth and internal expansion. This creates a fascinating contrast between your broad inner world and your detailed outer communications. The Mars-Sun-Venus conjunction in your opposite sign of Capricorn is putting a lot of focus on how you interact with others. This day will be particularly favorable for clearing up misunderstandings with neighbors or colleagues. It is also an ideal moment for planning a short trip that involves learning something new. Celestial recommendation: trust that your words have weight today, so choose them with the same care you would use to pick out a gift for a loved one. Your intuition is high, but your logic is even higher right now. Balance the two for maximum impact. For a deeper understanding, consider checking your rising sign and Venus sign as well. To stay connected to your daily horoscope, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell.
My beloved Leos, the spotlight today is firmly fixed on your kingdom's treasury and your sense of self-worth. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, asks you to take a very pragmatic look at your financial landscape. Your ruler, the sun, is shining from 17 degrees 11th of Capricorn, deep within your second house of finances. This isn't the time for flashy displays or impulsive purchases. It is the time for audits and long-term investments. The sun is conjunct both Venus and Mars, suggesting that your desires and your drive are perfectly aligned with your earning potential. You have the energy to work hard and the charm to attract new resources. However, Capricorn demands that you show your work and follow the rules. The moon crosses your house 2, the one of possessions and values, in the sign of Virgo. This lunar position makes you very conscious of the cost per use of everything you own. You might feel a sudden urge to balance your checkbook or research high-yield savings accounts. It is a brilliant day for finding ways to cut unnecessary expenses without sacrificing quality. A practical tip is to avoid shopping as a form of emotional release today, as you might regret the Virgo-level scrutiny later. Venus here helps you appreciate the beauty in things that are durable and well-made. Mars gives you the stamina to put in the overtime needed to reach a financial goal. This day will be particularly favorable for requesting a raise or setting a strict budget for a future project. It is also an ideal moment for assessing whether your current job truly reflects your personal values. Daily advice: treat your resources with the respect they deserve, and they will grow to support your grandest ambitions. Even a lion must know the state of his den to feel truly secure. Your financial future is built on the decisions you make in the quiet moments of today. To gain a more complete picture, the rising sign and Venus sign can add useful context. If you want to keep receiving your daily horoscope, subscribing and hitting the bell really helps.
My darling Virgos, today the universe is holding up a mirror and you are finally seeing the power of your own potential. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, is a significant day for your personal identity and how you present yourself to the world. The moon is currently transiting through your sign, Virgo, at 10 degrees 37 minutes. This placement in your first house of identity gives you a boost of emotional clarity and physical sensitivity. You are more in tune with your body's needs and your mind's precision than usual. The moon crosses your house 1, the one of the self, making this a day to focus entirely on your own path. You might feel a strong need to refine your personal brand or change your appearance to reflect your inner growth. Your ruler, Mercury, is in Capricorn, adding a sense of authority and seriousness to your self-expression. You aren't just talking, you are stating your manifesto. The triple conjunction of Sun, Venus, and Mars in your fellow Earth sign of Capricorn is providing incredible support for your long-term goals. You have the discipline to follow through on any promise you make to yourself today. A practical tip is to spend at least 20 minutes in silence to listen to your own inner guidance without outside interference. Saturn in Pisces is challenging you to bring some of your dreams into the physical realm through hard work. This day will be particularly favorable for starting a personal project that requires both creativity and logic. It is also an ideal moment for asserting your boundaries in a way that is firm yet respectful. Celestial recommendation: embrace your need for order as a strength rather than a quirk, and watch how the world aligns with your vision. Your attention to detail is your superpower, so don't be afraid to use it. The stars advise putting your phone in cosmic mode to focus on your own development. For extra insight, take a moment to look at your rising sign and your Venus sign. Never miss your daily horoscope again. Subscribe, like, and activate the bell.
My lovely Libras, the stars are inviting you into a sanctuary of inner reflection and spiritual restructuring. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, suggests that the most important work you do today will be invisible to the naked eye. Your ruler, Venus, is at 17 degrees 23 minutes in Capricorn, transiting your 12th house of spirituality and the subconscious. This is a time for closure, healing, and perhaps a bit of productive solitude. You might find yourself reflecting on past relationships or patterns that no longer serve your highest good. The conjunction of Venus with the Sun and Mars here means you have the power to slay your demons with grace and efficiency. The moon crosses your house 12, the one of hidden things and dreams, in the sign of Virgo. This makes your dreams particularly vivid and perhaps even a bit analytical. You might wake up with a solution to a problem that has been bothering you for months. It is a perfect day for meditation, journaling, or any form of therapy that involves deep introspection. A practical tip is to pay attention to your gut feelings as they are being filtered through the precision of Virgo today. The Sun in your 12th house illuminates the corners of your mind that you usually keep in the dark. Mars gives you the inner strength to break a habit that has been holding you back from your true potential. This day will be particularly favorable for volunteer work or acts of kindness that don't require public recognition. It is also an ideal moment for a digital detox to clear your mental clutter. Daily advice: honor your need for quiet today as your soul is doing some heavy lifting behind the scenes. Your peace of mind is worth more than any external validation you might receive. Rest is not a luxury, it is a strategic necessity for your future success. For a deeper understanding, consider checking your rising sign and Venus sign as well. To stay connected to your daily horoscope, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell. My beloved Scorpios, your social circle is undergoing a powerful transformation based on shared goals and mutual respect. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, highlights your role within a larger community or group of friends. Your ruler, Mars, is at 17 degrees 40 minutes in Capricorn, moving through your 11th house of friendships and aspirations. This position gives you the drive to lead a group or to fight for a cause you believe in. You aren't interested in superficial connections. You want allies who are as committed and disciplined as you are. The conjunction of Mars with the Sun and Venus suggests that you could meet someone influential through your social network today. The Moon crosses your house 11, the one of social groups, in the sign of Virgo. This brings a very practical and helpful energy to your interactions with others. You might find yourself organizing a group event or helping a friend solve a complex technical problem. It is a great day for networking, provided you focus on quality over quantity. A practical tip is to be mindful of being too critical of your friends' plans, as Virgo's influence can sometimes make you a bit of a perfectionist. The Sun here makes you shine in group settings, often putting you in the role of the reliable strategist. With Uranus sextile Neptune, your vision for the future is both innovative and deeply intuitive. This day will be particularly favorable for launching a collaborative project or attending a professional seminar. It is also an ideal moment for reevaluating your long-term goals to see if they still align with your true passions. Celestial recommendation: use your intensity to inspire others rather than to intimidate them, and you will find your influence grows exponentially. Your loyalty is legendary, but make sure it is directed toward those who have earned it. True power lies in the strength of your alliances. To gain a more complete picture, the rising sign and Venus sign can add useful context. If you want to keep receiving your daily horoscope, subscribing and hitting the bell really helps.
My dear Sagittarians, your career path is currently illuminated by a very demanding and rewarding cosmic light. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, asks you to bring your big picture thinking down to earth and apply it to your professional life. Your ruler, Jupiter, is retrograding Cancer at 20 degrees 29 minutes, which might make you feel a bit more introspective about your ultimate purpose. However, the action is happening in your 10th house of career and public status. The triple conjunction of Sun, Venus, and Mars in Capricorn is pushing you to climb the mountain of your ambitions with steady, calculated steps. You are being recognized for your hard work and your ability to handle responsibility. The Moon crosses your house 10, the one of reputation, in the sign of Virgo. This means that the world is watching your attention to detail and your work ethic today. It is not a day for cutting corners or relying on luck. It is a day for demonstrating your expertise. You might receive feedback that is very specific, and while it might feel like nitpicking, it is actually the key to your next level of success. A practical tip is to dress for the role you want, as your professional image is under the microscope. The Sun's presence here gives you the authority to make major decisions that affect your long-term standing. Mars provides the stamina to handle a heavy workload without losing your legendary enthusiasm. This day will be particularly favorable for public speaking or presenting a business plan to superiors. It is also an ideal moment for seeking a mentor who embodies the success you wish to achieve. Daily advice: embrace the discipline required to reach your goals, as even the widest horizons are reached one step at a time. Your optimism is a gift, but today it needs the anchor of solid facts and figures. Success is a marathon, not a sprint, so pace yourself accordingly. For extra insight, take a moment to look at your rising sign and your Venus sign. Never miss your daily horoscope again. Subscribe, like, and activate the bell.
My esteemed Capricorns, the universe is centering its energy on you, offering a rare opportunity for profound personal growth and expansion. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, finds you at the heart of a major planetary alignment that favors your natural strengths. Your ruler, Saturn, is in Pisces at 26 degrees 34 minutes, forming a supportive sextile to Uranus. This suggests that you are finding ways to use your traditional wisdom to navigate modern changes with ease. Meanwhile, the Sun, Venus, and Mars are all conjunct in your 9th house of travel, philosophy, and higher learning. You are being pushed to expand your horizons, perhaps through a long-distance trip or a new course of study. The Moon crosses your house 9, the one of wisdom, in the sign of Virgo. This lunar position makes you a student of life today, eager to learn the mechanics of how the world works. You might find yourself diving deep into a complex subject or planning a journey that is as educational as it is adventurous. It is a perfect day for publishing, legal matters, or any activity that requires a broad yet detailed perspective. A practical tip is to stay open to different viewpoints as your own convictions are being tested and refined. The Sun in your ninth house brings a sense of purpose to your quest for knowledge. Venus makes the process of learning enjoyable and perhaps even socially rewarding. This day will be particularly favorable for applying for a visa or enrolling in a specialized certification program. It is also an ideal moment for sharing your own wisdom with others who are looking for a solid foundation. Celestial recommendation: trust that your journey is leading you exactly where you need to be, even if the path seems steep and demanding. Your patience is your greatest asset, so use it to master the skills that will set you apart. The stars are cheering for your ascent to the summit of your own potential. For a deeper understanding, consider checking your rising sign and Venus sign as well. To stay connected to your daily horoscope, subscribe, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell.
My innovative Aquarians, you are currently navigating the deep waters of transformation and shared resources. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, focuses on the parts of your life that you usually keep private or share only with your closest partners. Your ruler, Uranus, is retrograde in Taurus at 27 degrees 47 minutes, continuing its slow work of reshaping your values and your sense of security. At the same time, the powerhouse conjunction of Sun, Venus, and Mars is occurring in your 8th house of transformation and intimacy. This is a day for deep dives into financial partnerships, inheritance, or psychological insights. You have the courage to face truths that others might avoid. The moon crosses your house 8, the one of rebirth, in the sign of Virgo. This makes you very analytical about your emotional bonds and your financial commitments. You might find yourself scrutinizing a joint bank account or a shared contract with a fine-tooth comb. It is a powerful day for paying off debts or reorganizing your taxes. A practical tip is to be gentle with yourself and others when discussing sensitive topics, as Virgo's precision can sometimes feel like an interrogation. The Sun here illuminates the power dynamics in your relationships, helping you see where balance is needed. Mars gives you the drive to make necessary changes that will lead to greater personal freedom. This day will be particularly favorable for deep emotional healing or resolving a long-standing financial issue. It is also an ideal moment for exploring the mysteries of life through research or esoteric studies. Daily advice: transformation is a process of letting go of what no longer serves you to make room for what does. Your ability to see the future is enhanced when you clear out the psychological clutter of the past. Trust the process of change, even when it feels uncomfortable. To gain a more complete picture, the rising sign and Venus sign can add useful context. If you want to keep receiving your daily horoscope, subscribing and hitting the bell really helps.
My beloved Pisces, your relationships are taking center stage today, demanding both your devotion and your discernment. This Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, highlights the balance between your own needs and those of your significant others. Your ruler, Neptune, is in your sign, keeping your intuition sharp and your heart open. However, the heavy planetary activity is happening in your 7th house of partnerships. The triple conjunction of Sun, Venus, and Mars in Capricorn suggests that you are attracting or engaging with people who are very ambitious, structured, and perhaps a bit demanding. This is a time to build solid foundations in your one-on-one connections. The moon crosses your house 7, the one of marriage and contracts, in the sign of Virgo. This lunar influence makes you very aware of the practical details of your partnerships. You might find yourself discussing chores, schedules, or long-term commitments with a partner or close friend. It is a great day for clarifying expectations and making sure everyone is on the same page. A practical tip is to express your appreciation for the small things your partner does, as Virgo energy thrives on being useful and noticed. The Sun in your 7th house puts the focus on the other, helping you see their perspective with great clarity. Venus here brings a touch of class and stability to your romantic life. This day will be particularly favorable for signing a partnership agreement or having a State of the Union talk with your spouse. It is also an ideal moment for seeking advice from a trusted consultant or lawyer. Celestial recommendation: remember that a healthy relationship is a partnership of two whole people, not two halves trying to become one.
Your sensitivity is a gift, but today it needs the protection of healthy boundaries. Love is a verb, and today it requires some practical action to flourish. For extra insight, take a moment to look at your rising sign and your Venus sign. Never miss your daily horoscope again. Subscribe, like, and activate the bell.
On Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, the collective energy focuses heavily on the integration of ambition with emotional stability. The moon in Virgo provides a grounding influence, while the triple conjunction in Capricorn demands structural integrity in all worldly affairs. This alignment suggests a period where professional goals and personal values must find a common language to coexist. The sextile between Saturn and Uranus further emphasizes the need to bridge the gap between traditional methods and innovative solutions. The day places a significant emphasis on the tension between the desire for rapid progress and the necessity of meticulous planning. Success is measured by the ability to remain patient while moving through complex administrative or emotional landscapes. Madame Zodiac perceives a world currently engaged in the slow but necessary process of rebuilding its foundations. The stars remain silent on the final outcome, leaving the heavy lifting to those ready to engage with the day's rigorous demands as the journey continues. Feel free to explore these cosmic depths further as the week unfolds.